Welcome back to Caffeine Connoisseurs. In today's episode, we're going to be reviewing Coke with coffee. So today we're reviewing a product that I actually didn't know existed until like a few months ago, and I actually meant to review this product a lot sooner than I did. It's been sitting in my fridge at my apartment forever, and I finally just got time to make videos. So here it is, here's the video, and as you can see, the product is called Coke with coffee. Now that sounds like a really weird combination, and I will get into the flavor in just a second, but don't confuse this drink with another thing called Coca-Cola Black, which is a product that came out from 2006 to 2008, and it was just more of a coffee flavored drink. It wasn't actually Coke with coffee because this is actually made with real coffee. The Coca-Cola Black, which I did a little bit of research on just to know what I'm talking about, because I'd never seen the product and I can't actually get it anymore because, as I said, it was discontinued in 2008. So I did my research on that just so I'd know what that's about. But yeah, don't get that confused with this. So Coke with coffee just landed on US store shelves this year in 2021. Now, it first went on the market in Japan back in 2018, and that was the first place that it ever went on shelves, and it slowly made its way to Europe and then finally the US. And I don't know if this is true or not, but it seems like Europeans get all of the cool drinks first, because over here in the US, we don't really get that many cool drinks, but over in Europe, it seems like they have everything, because they had Red Bull Cola, and then this went on store shelves first in Europe before it made its way over to the US, so maybe I just need to start looking to Europe for my caffeine news or cool drinks that I want to review, because apparently in the US, we get stuff a lot later than they do in Europe. I also want to mention there are 3 variants or flavors of Coke with coffee. There's the dark blend, which I have here, and there's also caramel and vanilla, and sadly I don't have the other 2 flavors because I'm a broke college kid and I can't afford to buy all the flavors to review. So the way Coke decided to market this product is they decided to market it as something that you could drink just a little bit later in the day, say about 3 p.m. Your morning coffee is worn off and you're not exactly sure whether you want to drink a whole nother cup of coffee or maybe you just want to have a soda or something like that. So this is where this comes in. This comes in at 69 milligrams of caffeine. Nice. Which honestly wouldn't be enough for me at 3 p.m. because I normally have my morning cup of coffee. I have a cup of coffee around noon, and then I'll have another cup of coffee around 5 p.m. or something like that. So 69 milligrams, nice, of caffeine wouldn't really do too much for me around 3 p.m. I would probably feel it a little bit, get a little bit energetic, if even that, and then it would wear off pretty quickly. So I would probably go for maybe coffee or something like that around 3 p.m., but for people that are a little bit more sensitive to caffeine and they want to have a little bit more caffeine throughout the day, but they don't want to have a whole nother cup of coffee, this might be for them. Because, as I said, I have 3 cups of coffee a day, so I'm consuming at least 300 milligrams of caffeine a day, so this wouldn't be really enough for me, but as I said, a lot of people have lower caffeine tolerances, more sensitive to caffeine. This would be pretty great for you, because it's also not as much as an energy drink, because of course an energy drink has around 100 milligrams of caffeine, so it's about as much as a cup of coffee, maybe a little bit less depending on what energy drink you get, but overall this has less, so it may be better for some of those people. So now I want to scoot my microphone just a little bit. Hopefully that doesn't make an awful sound, and I want to bring my glass into the picture because I want to crack this bad boy open and we can get a color test. Now, I'm expecting it to just be sort of a dark, sort of brownish color, just like Coke is, because Coke and coffee are roughly the same color. Coffee is a little bit darker, and I'll get this ASMR crack for you guys. So let's really quickly just pour some of this out, try to pour it on the side so it doesn't bubble too much. I hope I'm not talking too quietly since I scooted the microphone away. But just as I thought, it looks like Coke. I mean, I don't know how well you can see that. You can probably see it pretty well. It's a little bit darker than normal Coke is. I wish I had a can of Coke, but I don't normally drink just normal Coke, so I don't have any laying around, but I do wish that I had some to compare it to, because I do think this is slightly darker. It could be the lighting down here, but I think this is slightly darker than normal Coke is, but overall, there is not much difference. Now, I want to get into the part where this drink really loses points, and that is the flavor. Now, I wouldn't go as far to say that it's downright bad, but it's definitely not something that I would drink for the enjoyment of the flavor. So, with me being just a little bit of a coffee snob, I'm going to be harsher on this than most people probably would. The coffee part of it is what I'm particularly upset with, because when you're mixing it with Coke, you're getting high fructose corn syrup in the coffee, and I'm sorry, but high fructose corn syrup doesn't belong in coffee. To me, the coffee is just a little bit too sweet, and if you've seen the Death Wish cold brew video that I've done, I had the exact same problem with that. It's just too sweet. And I think maybe if they used real cane sugar instead of high fructose corn syrup, it would probably be just a little bit better, because I think the corn syrup also makes the drink a little bit thicker, which makes it a little bit weird to drink. But of course, it has Coke in it, and Coke is made with high fructose corn syrup, but maybe if they used like Mexican Coke or something like that with real sugar, it would be just a little bit better, because right now it tastes too artificially sweet, and I personally don't like that in coffee. But I'm also a bit of a coffee purist, so I don't like to water down my coffee with a bunch of cream and sugar like other people do. So if you like all of that in your coffee, this may not be that bad for you, because even with the carbonation, because this is carbonated because it's Coke, it's not that bad, because the carbonation, when you first take a sip out of the can, it hits you with more of a Coke flavor, and you get that carbonation and the feel, and I don't think the carbonation really changes the taste that much. It just changes how the coffee actually, or well, not the coffee, how the Coke with coffee actually feels in your mouth, because it hits you with that nice Coke feel and taste when you first take a sip, and then after you actually drink it, then that coffee taste sort of sets in and lingers on your palate for just a little bit longer. And I'm curious if you could actually carbonate coffee, how that would be. I can't do that at the moment because I don't have a soda stream or anything to carbonate, but if you leave a like down below and tell YouTube you like it and subscribe, that may be more possible. Now, with all of that being said, there is a market for this. As I said earlier, I think that people who enjoys a little bit sweeter coffee would like this drink. And then also, if you're sensitive to caffeine too and don't want to drink a whole nother cup of coffee during the middle of the day, you would probably enjoy this. And also, I've heard that a lot of people don't like the certain kick that energy drinks have, because like Monster, Red Bull, NOS, Reign, Bang, whatever you get is going to have a certain sort of kick to it. It almost sort of feels like you're drinking gasoline sometimes, depending on what kind of energy drink you get. So I can understand how that flavor wouldn't be appealing. So if you're a fan of coffee and you're a fan of sodas, maybe you should give this a try. The two mixed together makes a really weird flavor. I don't even want to go into describing that, but you can definitely tell the two distinct flavors apart. There is coffee and there is Coke, and the coffee is just a little bit too sweet. Now, I do want to make the point of saying that this is made with real coffee. I don't want to go into all of the ingredients because I don't think that's necessary, because it's literally just Coca-Cola and coffee, but they do use real coffee beans. They use Brazilian coffee beans that were made into a powder, and then the powder was added to the Coke. At least I'm assuming that's how it was done, but it does say here on the side that it is from powdered coffee from Brazilian coffee beans. So it is made with real coffee, And as I said earlier, the product that came out in 2006, Coca-Cola Black, was not actually made with real coffee. So this is made with real coffee, if that is a concern of yours. Now, my final take on this is that it would be really good for people who enjoy a sweeter coffee and don't mind having that Coca-Cola flavor with it. It is a weird and interesting combination, but I think that it is for some people. It's not for me, and I would really like to give you like a 1 through 10 ranking on this, just so you know where it lies. But it's really hard to give that ranking because I don't really have anything to compare against. What I really want to do in the future is make a video where I rank every single, like almost a tier list video of every single coffee and drink that I've reviewed, put them on a tier list, number them, so that I have something to compare against. Now, I will start off by giving this about a 5. I will put it exactly in the center because it does have a purpose. I think that it does have a market. The flavor isn't downright bad, but it just isn't for me. So that's where that one lies, and I will do a tier list video in the future of ranking literally every single coffee that, and of course energy drink and whatever that I've reviewed, because I think that would be just a really good thing to have. Just have all of my rankings so that you guys, and then post it somewhere maybe so that you guys can go back and look at it to see what everything's ranked as. One more thing that I want to mention is that if you do enjoy energy drinks, I think that something better to reach for would probably be a Red Bull, because this is a very weird taste and it's sort of a niche product, so it's a little bit more expensive and harder to find. So if you enjoy energy drinks, Red Bull may be good, because one of the smaller cans has about 77 milligrams of caffeine, so it's not quite as much as a cup of coffee, and it's not much more than the 69 milligrams nice that this has. So anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap up the video there. If you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like below to tell YouTube that you enjoyed the video, and subscribe for more, because I have a ton of videos planned in the future, and here for the next few weeks there should be a video every single Monday at about 8 a.m. And that's where I'm going to end it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.